guys, it's Kimmi. I know you're here for the video and I'm gonna let you get right to it. But first, I have to tell you about the Notary Business Success Mentor Program if you have not heard. And it includes everything you need to get started in your business to teach you how to properly notarize using our course, Notarize Like a Pro. Apostilles, field inspection, ink fingerprinting, you name it, we got you covered. So check it out, including weekly live trainings and a 7-day-a-week chat. Oh yeah, you heard it right, 7 days. So check it out, notaryeducators.com. Bye. Enjoy the video.
This is Jeff. How y'all doing?
Hey guys, so we are here live together. Special guest. Actually, the other part of Notary Educators is in the house. So for those of you who may not know, we are a notary duo, team, couple, etc. Jeffrey EO and myself. We are notary educators. Also, in addition to our own notary business, we actually educate notaries nationwide how to notarize like a what?
Like a pro.
Like a pro. So we wanted to come back and do a follow-up about a story we told you yesterday that happened real time. Y'all was with me. Oh, can you tell them we're live in the chat? And group me?
Okay.
Because our members wanted to see what happened. Hey guys, welcome. Oh, I gotta cut that off. And welcome to those who will join us on the replay and the podcast. So just a little bit about what happened yesterday. And then I'm going to get your comments and everything, but because of the way the camera's situated, we're going to hold the comments and everything to the end, okay? And then I'm going to take your comments and we'll let Jeffrey kind of skedaddle out of here. Hey, Sandy, how are you? What's up? What's up? And I can actually see some of the comments too, so we'll see what I can see as we're going along. So just a little recap into what happened yesterday. So we had a notary job, and I talked about needing witnesses. I was not able to find any, and it was just a hot mess. I had to end up paying. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Maria. How are you? So I had to end up actually hiring someone to be the witness and pay them a little bit more than I normally would because I just couldn't find nobody to be the witness yesterday. It was just terrible. So one of the tips I left yesterday was certain documents will require a witness. That's your power of attorneys, your wills, deeds. It's a lot of documents that require witnesses. So that's very important to having a successful business. So we're going to tell you what happened yesterday. Actually, I'll let Jeffrey tell you. Hey, S. Abdul, what's up? What's up?
So this is what what was that job we did?
Where we couldn't do the signing.
Yeah. So you followed us yesterday as we were going out for the power of attorney, which was about 40 minutes away from us. That's when Kimmi sent off the message to try to get somebody to come in, and that was local, that could be a witness for us. And because we couldn't, then we reached out to another person that's actually was Kim's mentor as far as doing notary work, and asked him would he be able to do it. And so we gave him a fee, and he lives kind of in our area, kind of in the area, so it would be a drive for him as well. So he started to come, and we get to the way we planned it is that we would be there maybe like a half an hour beforehand to kind of get all the prep work done, the journal, get the signing done, and then the witness would come in because I think he had a situation with his scheduling as well. So we just had him just going to come in and sign as the witness and leave. So that was the plan. So we get to the plan. So and everything, when you have an idea of how it's going to go, and if once you do this enough times, then you just kind of go with the flow. But obviously, if the first time you're doing it, you're kind of nervous. But this was a little bit different in that we know we were doing a power of attorney, and it's usually dealing with in some cases it's dealing with a family that's like in a hospital or a nursing home or something like that. This was and I guess it just depends on the circumstance. So this place, it was when Kimmi had looked it up before, prior to getting there, it looked like it was a house. And so we've done a few jobs before.
If you missed yesterday, go back and watch it because I actually show you the house and the cats and everything.
Well, it was outside.
The cat. It was one cat.
It wasn't.
But if it's one, it's another one.
So we've done a job, something similar. I don't know if you remember. Maybe it must have been a couple of years ago. I forgot what her name was. But the house was. It was a home full of people that was being cared for.
Oh yeah. Where the crickery was happening.
Yeah, and we ended up not doing that job as well. But anyway.
Watch them nursing homes, private nursing homes, guys. Because sometimes, I'm not saying they're crooks, so let's be clear. But when you got private nursing homes and somebody is running the home and then they're trying to get power of attorney over the person living in the home, that could be a red flag.
Yeah, so you have to be careful because you don't know what's really happening behind the scenes. You're just showing up there to stamp the paper. And once that paper is stamped and notarized, then once you leave, you don't know if that's really what the signer wanted, especially in a lot of cases.
And you cannot undo it.
Yeah, it's over, and that document is done. As far as the action that's going to be taken afterwards, is whatever stated on there. So anyway, we did a job like that a couple of years ago. That was it was kind of weird. In this case, like I said, this was a big home that we did a couple of years ago. The one yesterday, it was a little home, and we were like, is this really? What's the setup? It didn't look like a nursing home or something like it was an actual house. So we go to the door and they had on the sign, I think Kimmi made reference to it. She mentioned it about what did the sign say? And that on top of that, it was freezing yesterday. It's cold today too. It was freezing.
We even had snow or flurries on the way home.
Yeah, so that's crazy. But anyway.
But today it's beautiful enough. I was going to do this outside and then we ended up bringing it inside. But it's nice today.
Yeah.
Crazy weather.
So we get, after we included the, turned off the live, and now we're going to the home. We go knock at the door, and actually, I think it was one of the patients that turned out to be open the door.
What's the patient?
The one the little older lady, and the one that was running.
I didn't see who opened the door.
I remember who opened the door, and turned out I think she was like one of the patients. So.
They were short staffed.
Yeah. So now we're trying to figure out who's who. So when we walked in, it's a little home, wooden home. The floor is it's a wooden floor.
Older.
It's an older house. We're talking about something from the 40s or something like that. And it was the floor is uneven, and you got you have a room, a living room over there. A small bedroom,
very small, like a 2-bedroom. Yeah, they have a man and a woman, different races. So it's a group home, like
it's kind of
nursing home, but a group home. Well, it's a nursing home, but it's in-house. So the reason we're stumbling over that is because trying to describe it, typically that would be like a group home setting, but it was for nursing home. And actually our patient, unfortunately, was in hospice care. So at the signing, we had the hospice worker, the 2 family members, and non-blood family members at that. I just want to add that. And then we have me and Jeffrey. So there's a lot going on in this little bitty kitchen.
Yeah. So when we walk,
let me say hey to a couple of people. Hey, Stephanie.
And Sheila Knox.
And Sandy is saying, oh Lord, that patient could have walked out.
Right. So we didn't realize it when they opened the door, and then I guess the lady, the nurse or whatever that was on staff, I realized later on, a few minutes later, she had come back in the room, and the nurse on staff, she's an older lady. I'm not older lady. She's like a younger lady. She's telling I realized was the patient, hey, you go back in there and sit down. But she's the one who opened the door. But anyway, we get back to it. So this is crazy. So when we walked in, you walked in the side door. Right there is the kitchen, and there are the tiny kitchen. And I guess the person that was representing from the company that did the transfer of the hospice, the patient, and then I guess one of the signers, I think it was like the stepdaughter or the daughter, one of the, I can't remember which one. They were at the table going over the last bit of questions about what she wanted to do.
So we had to wait for the hospice person to continue with their part of what they came for. And we're there in the notary role and waiting. And the hospice lady wasn't very friendly. I wanted to leave some business cards with her, but I didn't get a vibe that she was interested. So I let that go. She warmed up later. I'll tell you about that.
Yeah. So she's finishing the questions, and we know.
Before that, I told my client very specifically, please ensure that the patient is alert, and she had time to go there. But instead of the person that's paying us and also the agent that was signing, instead of her, hey Lisa, instead of her confirming that the patient was alert, she relied on the staff to tell her the patient was alert. So that created a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
So we get there, and now what happened?
So we get there, and if you've watched this before, you know that we've been through these situations before with our own family. So we knew what was going on as far as the questions that were being asked. So a couple of minutes passed, but it seems kind of weird because we're standing. It's not like we can go sit in another room. It's real small, so we're standing off to the side.
Looking really crazy
in the dining room / kitchen. And they have like a couple of stoves or something, a couple of it was like 2 like washing machines in there. It was kind of
it was just clutter.
It was a clutter.
It was clothes all on the table.
Yeah.
They had brought clothes for the patient.
Yeah.
So we ain't really have no room to put nothing.
So it was just like, okay, this is not like at a facility. But anyway, so now once they get finished, she gets up and we kind of introduce ourselves, and then they take us into the bedroom. So in the bedroom, because this is where they're holding patients or what have you, it's a regular bedroom. It's an old home again. They have 2 beds. One of them is the actual patient, an older lady. She's got to be like in her, I don't know, whatever, late 70s or something to that effect. And I was still in the kitchen when Kim went in to kind of start to assess what the situation is. Because remember, if you watched any of our videos, we talk about having to read the room, see what's going on, especially when you're doing signings like this. Patients, older patients in a hospital, things like that, because you need to know what's going on.